coming up. A highly anticipated contest between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Play straight ahead. And our first play of the game is going to net them a single yard.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Receiver in motion, going left. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
He gets it ahead, lines up with about 3. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. He's going to throw this one. Roman Wilson reels it in. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for completion. That's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
5 men in the secondary for the Saints. 3rd down. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 19 on that pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up to 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, with the transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down pass play coming. This one's caught. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it. Motion man sent left. They'll try and punch it in. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
After the loss, it's second and goal from the 5. He keeps this. Lateral goes haywire. It's out. But fortune on the Texans side. One of their guys got to it. They're going to keep the football. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone. And now I'm really curious.
And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Here's McPherson on the handle to kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. First and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Mayfield comes out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Finds a man right side. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stop just a little bit shy of the marker.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Mayfield looking to throw on his 3rd and 1. Short pass brought in. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kid's down inside the 35-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Saints first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry.
180!
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. It's an early advantage for the Texans. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at second and pretty short. This one goes off left tackle. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll get about 4 yards as that brings up second down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish up their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This will end up as a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake. Fits it through the middle. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. That one hits for 30. And will be a first down, Texans.
You know, King, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Rolling out to his left. He can run it. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Running for the marker on 2nd. Ran into a wall that time. Couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number 1, got to control that nose tackle. Number 2, you got to get people to the 2nd level. That was teaching tape.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he is brought down just 5 yards from the end zone. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You know what I call that play, Kate? We call that a confidence injector. It just injects belief in that O-line, that running back, and most importantly, that play caller knowing he can call a run and he can get a first down too.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Listen, everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but he didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
Here's another for him. And he's stonewalled by this front right at the 3. The makings of a goal line stand here. No gain on the run, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Got to manage 3 yards here. 3rd and goal. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or 2 short for the first down.
good one so far. We are all tied up, and we have hit our 2-minute warning. More from Caesars Superdome in just a moment. They are passing on a field goal, Brock. They're going to try to break this tie with a touchdown. It's a design run for it. He runs it across. Touchdown! The Texans get some late points and the lead. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown. Going after, up and good by McPherson. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7.
Saints 7. Evan McPherson set to kick off.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. There's a dive up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. Inside the 30. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints tie things up at 14. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he's going to elect not to bring this one out, so no run back this time. We'll pick things up from the 35. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Sending him on the dive. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock. They bring him down for no gain. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. They work against the blitz.
At the 35-yard line.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Murray on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And if it's just a yard on 1st down, now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. We'll keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now. Rose caught. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. The Saints calling for a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throwing it again here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. First down, here's Baker. Man downfield, and he finds London. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8. The Saints call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He'll try to connect on a 50-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Kevin McPherson set to kick off.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's first and 10. They fake the handoff. Now it's Mayfield. Lobs this deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2.
This front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, chicken dinner.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints push their lead to 3. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. First and 10. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Has it downfield working the left. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. In at 26 yards there. And it'll be a first down, Texans. Offense in a hurry up here. They'll run here on first down. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly locked up, too. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be third down and 6.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
To the air on third and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. You couldn't do it. A lot of them, they make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Return coming from the 6. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Saints to the line now. First and 10. Here's the long back on the handoff. He's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Here's Mayfield. He's got London left side. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
At the Texans' 42-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. On him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down.
It's now 3rd and
17. They'll give it to him inside. Through the middle. He cuts it right. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take a third-quarter lead. This was a clear passing down, Brock, and the run surprised all of us, and there it goes for a touchdown.
That's well said. Rewarded for going against the grain. Common sense analytics tell you throw it. The surprise paid dividends.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10. They're going play action. Oh, he puts some air under this one. Right side. Oh, and he can't follow through. He had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbled it and drops it.
And with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Another throw here on second down. And the Saints are all over this one. Great work by the defense. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Hey, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, as an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Third and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. Passing is hauled in by the running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
First and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 42.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
At the 39-yard
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. I'll air it out on 3rd. Finds the in route complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Looking quickly here.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Saints first down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
Three-quarters in the books from this one. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Plowing up the middle. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
It's exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Baker now off the play fake. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
7th play of the drive, offense facing 3rd and 3. We'll go with a design keeper. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that would push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Texans.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Doesn't like what he sees, so he got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Drive play straight ahead. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. He goes to the hurry up here. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Defender gets a piece, but it's still caught. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
It is so difficult to do with so much traffic. You're going to see a short pass gets tipped, and you really don't have much time other than to just react and make the catch. Exactly what he does.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now out of the shotgun. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 16 yards.
Working on 1st down. Connects on the crosser. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Hits his running back. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Offense to the line fast.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 9.
Hand off on 2nd and short. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Texans 31.
Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Mayfield now off the play action. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it, and they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
The give here on 2nd. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints holding on to a field goal lead. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. Fights his way through a tackle. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
41-yard line.
timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Run here from the gun. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Final timeout called by the Texans, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. Back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. One of their best play calls this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on 4th down. That gets him at 1st.
When you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Sign quarterback run here. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And I know it's different for every sport, Brock. So is this the point where we'd say this winning streak is official? Might have something to it. 3 wins in a row now after this latest triumph.
Well, you get to this point, and what happens is you get to that building the next day and everybody feels good. Secretary feels good, chef feels good, kitchen feels good. Everybody's feeling good of stacking these kind of wins in a row.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.